Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by a fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
I've taken permission from the client before sharing this with you, and obviously I'm not going to share specifics. But this topic is kind of disturbing. I get clients, okay? I get clients who ask me for personal branding, for jobs, whatever. But once in a while, I also get clients who ask me really, life-changing questions for which they want a perspective. And this girl booked my services. I'd like to ask you advice. I didn't bother. But then she was like, okay, can you tell me where to make the payment? I was like, fine. I gave her this. I said, but before you make the payment, what is it about? She told me, I have a life question to ask you, and it's confidential. I said, okay, we'll get a session. Pay the amount, fine, we paid. After it was paid, at first she didn't want to show her face and all that. I said, I need to know who am I talking to, others cannot have the session. So then she put it on. A really pretty girl, very pretty girl, okay? And so I said, yeah, tell me. So she said, hi, my name is so-and-so, and educated girl, has been having a good career, and joined the airlines, okay, initially, traveled a lot, and was hardworking, and everything good. And then later on, this pandemic thing happened and all that. And then because she had taken various loans and commitments, she had plenty of bills to pay. She was pretty popular on Instagram and many followers, and so okay, when things were going good, everything was great. But now she had plenty of bills to pay. She couldn't travel. She was not getting jobs. She was out of a job. So she didn't know what to do. And, when you're popular, obviously you have many friends. And she started asking people for help. And, there are always creeps and all that. So she never responded. One day her friend said, listen, if you're serious, I can suggest something to you. So she said, why don't you work as a hostess? She's like, yeah, okay, what is a hostess? And, go stand. Yeah, she was under the impression it's, distribute things or take care of the guests. So this girl said, yeah, I don't mind doing that. She said, no, it's not that. She said, then what do you mean? She said, you need to offer sexual services also if there is someone who likes you. So she was really disturbed and taken aback, and then she said no. But like they say, the empty stomach forces you into making choices that you never made. So she said, say, listen, I've never done this before, but I just want to see what is going on. So she said she'll speak to the agent or whatever. And then they went for they called her, and she said, okay, you just sit down and watch. And there she saw, okay, these girls are there, rich guys, all coming with expensive cars, and they're talking and interacting and all that. And she saw one by one, okay, they're being picked up. And somebody came and talked to her also. She was just talking, and good looking guy and all that. She asked, are you working? She said, no, I'm just come here as a guest, because she was instructed to say, not to say that she's working, because if she says she's working, then obviously they'll be like, oh, okay, she's one of them. So she said, I'm just come here as a guest. So the guy understood. He was very polite and okay. But she wanted to know more about the guy, but anyway, he had moved on. So then after the session was over, the following day, when that girl was free, she spoke to her again. She said, so what do you think? So she was like, yeah, I found one guy very interesting and all that. Saying, yeah, you can meet guys like this. But then she was like, how much can you make? And she revealed to her that if you really are good, you can make, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. It's all up to you. But there's a commission to be paid, So she was like, okay. And, end of the day, she wanted to know what can be done. And one fine day, she decided to go ahead with it, to try it out. She went again for another party. This time it was a kind of a yacht kind of a thing. And there had a couple of guys and all that. Got a little friendly. She kind of let, her friend kind of let them know she is new. So, to be a little nice or whatever. They said, yeah, sure. She made around $2,000 or so. She did have sex. Okay. And everything was else taken care of. Hotel and this and that. So she got a first taste of money. And she was okay with it. Then she went on for another, then another, then another. And it has been quite a number of them, and she has made quite a sum of money. To give you an idea, all her loans are now paid off in the few weeks or months. And why she wanted to speak to me is she started to get calls for movies, for porno flicks and all that, and for you're talking about working maybe for a 1 hour scene or 2 hour scene or whatever, you can get big money. She would get 5 times more than what she was getting if she agreed for this one. And this was not a cheap kind of agency, it was kind of a premier. Okay, so she wanted to know, she got into porn, what was the options. She wanted to know if she became like a full-time, doing this full-time, what are the drawbacks, and she wanted to speak to somebody about it. I just listened to this and see, I'll give you the same advice which I gave her. Okay, I'll give you the same advice. Everything we do in life now, everything we do in life is there's a price to pay. Okay, there's nothing that you can do in life without paying a price. Everything has a price to pay. If you eat a lot, you put on weight. Eat too much sugar, you get diabetes. You do exercise aggressively, fucks up your joints. It doesn't happen immediately, but over the period of time, we'll see. Like smoking, smoke too much, it fucks up your lungs at some point. Drinking also, maybe you can make a mistake. But now there is the theory that, yeah, Loy, but for 20, 30 years, nothing will happen. Fine, 20, 30 years, nothing may happen. That is provided nothing happens in between, right? Now, when you're talking of the sex industry, that also for a girl who is educated, that also for a girl who is from a good family, the immediate question that I told her is, in the internet, everything comes out. Everyone watches porn. Everyone will come to see you, and at some point, somebody who knows somebody will identify you. The first thing is, are you How would you explain this to your parents? And if your parents are okay with it, fine. Then what about society? Okay. And number 3 is, if you do get into this, what kind of men will you attract? Are they men who come from a decent family upbringing, values that will say, okay, she has been a prostitute, a whore, I accept her. Okay, I'm not even getting into the health implications of STD and this and that. What if something happens? What if you get a psychotic guy? Okay. And then on top of that, you can never get back to the corporate world, because if the video resurfaces or something, your reputation will be tarnished. And the biggest one among them all, the biggest one, this lifestyle now, it kind of affects you psychologically. It affects you as a person, because you realize, if I work in the field, let's say I'm giving an example. I work in the field for 1 month. I will earn, let's say, $1,000. But if I just offer someone anal sex or something, I'll make $1,000 in 1 hour. So it's obviously more appealing for so many women. Okay, I'll just bend over, keep quiet, close my eyes, act as if it's a bad dream and earn the $1,000. That's what most of the Asian countries, the girls do. But then here's the question. Do you don't think that that will be more appealing than working? See, once you get a taste of easy money, you always want easy money. And it's something that will never leave you. Something or another comes up. We as human beings, we always justify things. We always get greedy. We always want more. And we'll end up making mistakes, So I just said that if you never get into it, you'll never know that you can make easy money. You'll always think of forcing yourself to work hard, and think of creative options and ways. Okay, let me try some other ways. See, I'm aware that there are women out there who have done this for 2-3 months, got enough money to pay off their loans, and then lived a decent life. But I don't know, man. I know it's very easy for me to talk, but if you can get rid of that loan and live a normal life, then the question is, why don't you do something even more illegal? People do this all the while. Oh, okay, I'll just transfer this illegal package only once in my life and finish. But then if you do get caught, or if something goes wrong, and it's just a matter of time, when something goes wrong, then you're finished, right? So it was really sad to see a girl, a young girl, opt for this. And I guess I told her what I had to say. My gut feeling is most probably she'll enjoy continuing this life of this world, because it pays much more dividends. But I guess each one knows what they want. So if this is what makes her happy. But I'll tell you only this much, that it's a road that once you go, it's a path that once you go into, you can never get out of it. It's like you'll always get into it, get out again, come back, get out again, come back. And it's not something that we can be proud of or be glorified. I know people say sex workers and equal status and all that. But why are we keeping it hiding? Why don't we show everyone? See, here is the location of the girl who offered her ass in a porn movie. No, We like to keep it quiet and private because nobody respects such individuals. There are certain things which have to be kept private. There are certain things which are not meant to be shown to the world. There are certain things which are disgusting. We can't turn around and say, yeah, eating ass is delicious. Let's talk about it in schools. And no, sorry. Anyway, just wanted to share this with you because it was really sad. And I guess we live in a day and age where people have such high expectations and so big, wants of life that they're prepared to do anything to get that. Instead of being happy with simplicity, okay, a bowl, just little rice and this thing, a little bit of meat and little bit of maybe curry. No, I want caviar. I want champagne. I want bolognese, whatever. Okay. That is your standard then. What to say? But when you yourself don't know the values to work hard and be creative and use other than your body anything else, how can you teach your child? Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Let me know your thoughts. Very interested to listen to what you have to say. Okay? You guys take care. It's me signing off.